Okay, good morning. I'm going to show you today the latest version of the Croquet Visualiser, and in this section I'll be talking about the Gateball Visualiser. So we have a menu that shows all of the versions of it. I'll just pop you back to that. So we have the three versions. So we'll go back into the Gateball version, still working on it. Still want a bit more feedback on what needs to be done. Okay, so it's relatively simple. I've mocked up a lawn which is 20 by 15 metre to scale, and I've put in the 3 gates in the right places, the centre peg, and the 10 balls that are played with. Now, to get the game started, message down here, drag the ball onto the court. Well, actually, we can drag it into the start box if we're going to play realistic. So what we see here is the aiming line, so where we're going to aim. This here is the aim and control. So if we turn it to there, it will play a shot through that hoop. Okay, and this is 100%. It's not like players playing it, but it'll go down that line. Now, if we go back a little bit, and you just see that this is a representation of a ghost ball, and a ghost ball actually indicates what will happen when a ball hits an object. So if it hits that hoop at that angle, the ball will bounce off, and it could go anywhere there. So if I hit it there, it'll nick off the hoop and go somewhere else. So we'll go through that a little bit more later. Okay, so side to side is for aiming. A full shot across the lawn is 75%, and that's because a full shot, the length of the lawn, is 100%. So it's sort of a 3 by 4 type square. So 75% of 100 gives us the width. Okay, so if I pull the strength of this shot back and aim it to, say, there, I'm going to get a ball that's going to end up over the other side here. So once I've aimed it and selected the velocity I want, I can play it. So play the stroke. Okay, and the ball is there. Now, we all know you get another shot after you run a hoop, so where are we going to put it? So let's play the usual sort of approach that they might take to protect the hoop. And that to me looks like about half a court, so we'll go to 50%, roughly 50%. I'll pop that up there near the sideline. Okay. So the good thing about this program is if you're showing people shots and techniques and strategies with it, and you play that shot and just suppose it went out, we could do undo your last ball action and put it back there and play it again. Okay, so it's the same as when you're on the court. If you hit a shot somewhere and it goes out, you say, hang on, I'll show you that shot again. That's not where I wanted it to go. So then we've got this function here where we take a second ball, or any ball, and we select the place mode. Now, you'll probably want to run that through your simulation, but I'm just showing you the controls here. So the place mode allows you to pick a ball and say, I want that ball to go here. Okay, now that's going to go through the gate because you can see the lines on the lawn, the mowing lines, and we're just going to run straight down there to there. So if I play that shot, it will go to exactly that point. So you could say, okay, I'm just showing you how the game's played. Here we go here. We go through the 3 hoops. Oops, it hit the hoop. Okay. And this is effectively what happens in Gateball. We run the hoops and then we peg out. Now, if you click on the peg, it might touch the peg, but I tend to like to go past it. And I'll show you why in a second. Okay, so we've finished the game pegged out. Now, I've got no scoring in it because this is a visualizer of how the game goes. If I get enough requests, I'll put a scoring system in so we can make it more game-like. Now, the reason you aim past the target, I'll show you that in a minute. I'll show it to you right now. So if those two balls are together and I want in place mode to hit that 3 ball, and I click to hit the 3 ball, what happens at the moment is it will select the 3 ball, so it'll want to play the 3 ball. So we've got to click somewhere else. So we've got to click past it and play the shot. Okay. We then have what's called the spark mode. So if I put a ball anywhere on that ball and I've moved the wrong ball, oops, that's the live ball. Okay. You need to get where you want it to go on the lawn. So say we want to spark that ball out, we click over here and play the spark and it will put it out. And you'll see straight away the ball goes back to its ideal place on the sideline, on that inside line. Okay, so that's how that works. So they're the functions of the aim in place. And you can put your balls out or do whatever. Now, we do have other functions, which in this simulation, I haven't got them fully integrated. But if we turn draw on, we end up with a situation that gives us some colours. Okay, we've got the red and the white and a yellow for a sort of a highlight. And we've got, let's just pick the red. We've got a drawing pencil and a line. So I can draw a circle or whatever I want to do. Oops, draw a circle. I always hit the right mouse. Okay, and we can undo that. And we can undo that dot that I put there. Right. Or we can do a line and you go, okay, we're going to put the white ball is going to go up here to here, you know. That's a bad arrow. Click, click to here. All right, and you can show people what you would be doing. All right, now to actually play any shot, you need to get out of the draw mode. The lines will stay there. Go back to aim. Put the aim line out if you want to. We'll go to place and click that ball to select it and put the place line there and play the shot. Okay, so that's to demonstrate how things go. So if you wanted to show somebody's full break, you would have a line through the hoop, another line there, and you can do all that. And then you can delete all those lines by going back into the draw mode and up the top here and delete the lot. So that's back and that's delete. So all the lines are gone. So there we go with that. And we now have another function up here called expand. So bigger screen. Okay. Now this has been set up to run on a PC or a large tablet or something like that. If you try, you can run this on your phone and you will see the balls and you will be able to move them with your finger, but it's a little bit fiddly. Right, we're now going to have a look at how to play a slide and visualize it with this ghost ball function that I've built in. So first we select aim, okay. We put a couple of balls on the lawn. Let's put them here. So we are going to play this 2 ball onto the 1 ball as a slide to set ourselves up in front of gate 3. So we select the 2 ball, we aim it. Right, so what you want to do is run it off the ball, so at a slight angle. So this ghost ball will show you an arrow of where that ball will go when it hits the one ball. So the white ball will go here. That's an imaginary ball. It's just an aiming reference. And the one ball will take off in that direction. Now, to actually achieve that shot and make it work, if I hit it now, it will be far too hard because we're at 67%. If you remember, a 75% shot will run a ball across the lawn. So we'd want to bring that back to about 15%, I reckon, or maybe a little bit more. So we'll drag that down, and then we'll have to re-aim it when we've got make it about there, and we'll aim it again, and we'll play the stroke. Okay, so you'll just watch those two balls. Oh, what a beautiful shot, Murray. Okay, so we can now aim the white ball, still selected, and when you aim it through the middle of the hoop, the ghost ball vanishes, as you can see there. I'll bring that back up so you can see it better. So if I'm aiming, it's going to touch the leg. The hoop's not going to move. The ball's going to bounce off the leg, okay? So if I play that shot now, you'll see it bounced off the leg. Okay, and now we've got one more shot, and we'll put it somewhere safe so we can play it with that, or if you're demonstrating, or just place it somewhere. Say, okay, we'd like the ball, we'd like that white ball, and we want to put it over here in the corner. Okay, and as long as the hoop isn't in the road, that will go there. The other things that we have built into this model, we have a help screen, which, whilst not complete, has got quite a bit of detail in there. You can scroll down and see what happens. So we can close that guide. And we have preferences, okay? So not all of these will be active in the final one. I'm just playing with them. But we have the ones that matter the most here at the moment that I am keeping. We have zoom and pan controls. Activate the zoom. Activate zoom. We'll close that. We'll go to zoom and we can go plus. Put it into aim mode and we can drag the screen around. If you don't put it into aim mode, it will want to draw. So, and we can put a ball on the lawn. We can zoom in further. Got 2 levels of zoom, I think. That's all I've got. Okay. And you can select that ball and play it like you would, or place. We'll just do this shot here, play the stroke. So the bigger screen's there. Righto, so that's the basic that you can use. So we'll undo that lot, put it back the way it was. So the undo button, sorry, the reset button, reset everything, that's the undo. That takes one step at a time. So I'll show you the thing that could be most useful for coaches, and that is to be able to draw and record a sequence. So we turn this on, we close that, and then we go, okay, record the sequence, hit the record button. We drag the ball out, we aim it, we play the stroke. Okay, it's only at 28%, so we can up that, send that ball over to, send that ball over to here, play the stroke. Okay, so that's where I want that to sit. So we now have the ability to replay it. So we can turn off the record and we can play frame by frame. So if we take it back, we can go back through the frames to there, or we can go autoplay. So they're the four strokes. Not 4 strokes, but they're the actions that took place. Now on autoplay, we've got the ability to slow it down. So if you're talking about the shots, you can put it on autoplay and play it, and it will take 3 seconds. So you have time to talk about each shot. Or as I showed you before, if you do a lot of talking, put it on frame mode and play through the frames. So put the frames back to 0. I might have a reset button there to put that back to 0. Okay. We can export that sequence. So they are the basic functions of this program. So have a play with it. I'd love you to come back to me and tell me what you think I could do to make it better, or if you find any little bugs in it, that would be fantastic. Thanks very much.